Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while and it's been a long journey for me too. I have been coming here and there, and I know it's been 6 months since the last video I've posted. This video is going to be a lot different than the other videos I have posted before. If you're new to my channel, welcome. In my channel, I usually talk about relationships, and I usually give not advice, but I give pointers on how not to be a modern woman and how to be more of a feminine woman and a traditional woman. I have not been talking about that lately. Lately, I have been doing my cooking videos, but right now, this is going to be a Cajun Jambalaya Pasta recipe that I have made and concocted up after so many tries. And for those who are already subscribed to me, I really do appreciate you so much for staying down, staying subscribed to me, and looking out for new videos all the time. I am going to be back dropping more videos more often. It has been, like I said, it's been a long journey. I have been focusing on my family, my relationship. I have been focusing on my cooking skills as well because I am a stay-at-home mom slash stay-at-home wife, kind of. So I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the time. So that is what I have been focusing on. I am bringing up the wife part because part of the topic for today is having the role of a wife, but not really being a wife by certificate, by marriage. And we're just going to call it I'm a wife by common law. Okay. So thank you so much for your loyalty and staying subscribed. So this is basically an update and a chit chat all in one. So I had this idea of wanting to come to talk about marriage. Since marriage is such a big topic on social media, and I've had to kind of step away from social media for a little bit, especially to kind of get my life together. Because, seeing all of the breakups with marriages that have been together for over 10, 15, 20 years, it's kind of heartbreaking. And with me being in a 10-year relationship, we have been together for so long. And so I'm on the other side of being married, which means I'm not married, but I'm gearing up to be married. I am learning how to be a wife. And I did a lot of research on what makes a wife a wife. And it's crazy that a lot of people really ask me, well, how do you know how to be a wife? Like, what makes you so good at what you do? Why do you think you know so much about being a wife? And you're not married. I don't see a ring on your finger. And to me, it does not bother me that people are projecting their singleness onto me just because they aren't married or if they aren't in a relationship. I don't go around judging people for the situation that they are in. And so I simply just explain to them, well, I do so much as a woman. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have really been through hell and back almost of trying to be a good wife for the future. Because if you're not a wife starting in the relationship, you're not going to be a wife when it comes to that marriage. And it's really crazy that when you're actually in a relationship, being with that other person, your partner will point out all the flaws that no one else has ever really been able to point out. Your parents can't point out the same flaws that your partner will point out. Your siblings cannot point out the same flaws that your partner will point out. Not even your friends. So I'm coming to answer the question today, what makes me think that I am so much of a wife? And like I said, I'm in a 10-year relationship. We have been together since we were teenagers. I've done my research. I've done a lot of soul searching on top of self reflection because I have not, and I'm not even perfect right now, but I have not been the perfect person. I have not been the perfect partner, and I have not been the perfect woman. When me and my boyfriend got together, we were teenagers, 16 years old. He knew a lot more about being in a relationship than I did. He had a lot of examples to show him on how what a woman should be. And he knew in what ways how to teach me to become a better woman. Because I'm telling you now, like, I'm getting emotional because I really thank God for my man. And I really thank him for being able to teach me so I can teach my daughter. And we have children together now after all of these years of being together because he stood by my side after having so many mess ups and noticing all the flaws that I had from growing up as a young teenager into a young adult, and now we're adults living on our own. And within all of that self-reflection I did, as well as him helping me point out certain things that I did wrong, I've said in a few of my other videos, I was acting like a modern woman before, with the attitudes, with little do I know, or little did I know, that I was emasculating my man. I was emasculating him by showing disrespect. When he was talking to me, I was cutting my eyes the other way, folding my arms. And you actually, as a woman, that starts a lot of disagreements, a lot of arguments. And so, when you put in the work at the end of the day for where you want to be, you'll reap what you sow. And I'm planting the seeds to be a wife. No, I'm not married. By common law, I am. And no, I don't have a ring on my finger because a ring does not define my love, our relationship. No, we don't have a marriage certificate. And no, we didn't have a wedding in front of our family, saying vows in front of God. But we did make a promise to God from when we were younger that we would stay together through it all, because we needed to make a difference for our children in the future. And this was way before we even had children. We had already planned out a life together to be together. At the end of the day, it would be us two if we didn't have anything else. And we've been standing by that. And I thank God so much for him. And it's been hard at times to keep up my end of the bargain. And I'm only going to speak about my end of the bargain because I'm a woman. And on my channel, I talk about women doing what they're supposed to do. I haven't always been the woman that I should be, and I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'll fall short in my relationship. Sometimes I'll fall short as a woman. Sometimes I'll fall short as a friend, a daughter, a sister, a mom. And when I can come back from all of that and really acknowledge where I went wrong and fix those issues, then that's growth. And the ways of the world and what people want you to do in a relationship and in life, sometimes it gets the best of us. Sometimes it's the way of the woman's thinking. Women don't even know what we want half the time. When a man asks a woman, "What do you want to eat?" and we say, "Well, we don't know," or our man will give us a suggestion and we say, "No, I don't want that." And then he gives other suggestions and we say, "No, we don't want that." It's like, what do you really want? Because you're not telling me what you want. You're not giving me a solution. So as a woman, I fall short in wanting to go in my direction a lot of times, and I always get brought back into the center where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the neck. A woman is supposed to be the neck in the relationship. The man is the head, he leads. The woman is the neck. I hold him up. I support him. I follow him. I follow his direction without rebuttals, without any type of arguments, and without going on my own, without him knowing. And with a woman that has her own direction, she should be single. And that's simple as that. And especially with a lot of men who don't want to even get into relationships anymore, because so many women in today's society are trying to lead. Like, everything is backwards now. Women are being more masculine and the men are either too masculine, quote unquote, or they're not masculine enough. They're so feminine because of the roles have flipped. So with so many women being masculine, they're the boss chicks and they are the ones that are making more than men, and they're wanting to control the relationship and lead the relationship. And that's not the type of time that I'm on. I am not trying to go to college and get a degree first before having children. Well, I wasn't trying to. I thought that was what I wanted to do. And it probably would have been good to have a trade or a degree underneath my belt. But honestly, in these days, what is a degree going to help me with in life if I'm not working for money? What is a degree going to help me with in my relationship? What is a degree going to help me with as far as being a woman and a mother? Really, like, when you think about it, degrees only help you, or as far as a woman, they only help women so they can have some sense of self, have some sense of independence, and that's all fine and dandy for those women. I took a different route because that's what I felt that I really, really wanted to do. And because I didn't know really what I wanted to become in my career as a young woman, a young adult in college, something kept knocking at me. Like, something kept knocking at my heart. And I guess you can say that it was the Holy Spirit that was tugging at my heart because I wanted to live in my purpose as a woman. And I kept asking for that. I kept asking my man, like, I want to have a family. I didn't really know exactly what would come of it. And I just knew that I wanted to live in my femininity. And at the time, I really didn't understand. I didn't understand because life was so different back then. Life was so different when I was 16, 17, and 18. My guidance was different. I was just kind of roaming through life. And I'm saying all this because of through all the self-reflection that I've had within these past 6 months to a year, I really understand where life was kind of taking its turn for the worse for me. And I've thought about that a lot lately because in this self reflection and my relationship, getting closer to God, the time I've spent reading the Bible and learning so much more about relationships and effective communication and expectations. Expectations. That is another topic for another day, but expectations in a relationship, expectations in a marriage, realistic ones and unrealistic ones. And throughout all of that self reflection I've had, I really am grateful for the woman that I am still becoming, but the woman that I am today. The woman that I am today would not be the same had I kept going on that same path that I was going on when I was younger. So, all of this is being said because society and social media is really a distraction if you're not planted already and deep rooted in your path and in the direction. And just like Eve, we can all we can all say that just like Eve, she was able to be tempted into doing something that she wasn't supposed to do. And just like Eve, most of these women in today's society do what they want to do, especially in a relationship, and it causes so much chaos. And that is exactly why I have done so much self-reflection and so much work on myself to be who I need to be in order to set a great example. And with all that is going on in this world, I needed to take a step back and really focus on my family and focus on each area of my life. Because like I said, nobody's perfect and everybody is gonna fall short somewhere. And I got distracted with the ways of the world, and I had to make sure I got back on track and made sure I was not putting myself in the same situations that I seen other people do. So I had to make sure that I was all good in the relationship and making sure I'm putting my best effort and my best foot forward so that my family knows that we are A1, that we're still solid. Because without a solid foundation, how can you build around that? So I'm really thankful. Like I said, I'm really, really, really thankful for my man and really taking the time out to continuously help me to learn and correcting me on what a woman is supposed to be. And we have so many deep conversations now. We had deep conversations before, but we have deeper conversations now because as the years go on, I'm still learning how to break down my wall of acceptance and being open. I was more so always willing to listen, willing to learn, but I was not wanting to talk about what was going through my mind, what was going through my head with my opinions. And I had to learn how to not stay so silent about it. Yes, don't get me wrong. Women actually do need to know there is a time and a place for everything. And most of the time, a lot of things that does not need to be said. Just because it comes to your head, it is not to be said. It is not needed. It is a part of learning to choose your battles wisely. And yeah, so that is where my time has gone. Aside from cooking, because I love to eat, I have just been, like I said, focusing on my duties as a woman, my duties as a wife, and my duties as a mother. Soon I will be coming back with more videos. And if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comment area. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I was talking a lot, but I wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on in my life and just come talk about some of the things that I've had thoughts about lately. And it's kind of been bugging me so much, I had to get it out there. And it's way too much to type. So with that being said, you guys have a great day and thank you so much for watching. If you like this recipe, go ahead and try it. It is really good. It is a bit spicy, but if you like the spiciness, then you're all good. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.